how these things can happen. She's 4 years old. She's gonna die in 6 months maximum, having a miserable 6 months. So yeah, it affects me a lot. So my PhD is about cancer biology. Basically, what I'm working on is germ cell tumor. The main cure for this cancer is just like treat children with chemotherapy. If you're a children, you don't want to get too much chemotherapy because then you can have a lot of collateral effect. So what I'm trying to do is like to try to find new biomarker to like treat this cancer. So it's going to be like less invasive for the children. Is that clear? So I work with kids in cancer, and it does affect me sometimes. I've decided when I was younger not to do medicine because I can't deal with patient. Like it's too emotional for me. Like I told my supervisor, like, please, I don't really want to know about like the specific case. And sometimes it comes like, I don't know, Tuesday morning, I say, oh, so there is this girl who is like 4 years old and she has a massive brain tumor in the middle of the brain, which is completely incurable. How am I going to tell her parents? And when you hear these things, you're like, fuck. I mean, honestly, how these things can happen. She's 4 years old. She's going to die in 6 months maximum, having a miserable 6 months. So yeah, it affects me a lot. But at the same time, it keeps me going. So when I have a really bad time in the lab, I'm like, let's like do some proper research to help those kids. People think that cancer is all the same, like all the type of cancer are the same. And if you find a cure for one particular cancer, then you're done, it's fine. Like you're gonna find a cure for everything. The more you study cancer, the more you realize that it's really difficult to find a cure because cancer is fucking genius. Like it's extremely genius. You try to block one path of this proliferation and you find other like 20 pathway to go. Honestly, every time when I read on the news, oh, we found a cure for cancer, like it's bad to say, but it's not gonna happen. It's not that easy. What it can be useful is to prevent. So I think this is the biggest misunderstanding of my PhD. How would I say? I don't know. So the PhD, you have to have a strong character to do a PhD because sometimes it's like everything is like go badly and then you literally feel so depressed. I'm not gonna lie, but like what you're doing is not gonna make like an amazing strong difference to the world right now. For instance, I work with cancer and I work with doctors, so it should be a lot of like translatable, but because of science, like for everything it takes ages. Like even if we want, I don't know, to develop new treatment or stuff, like it's not something that you can do in 1 year. It takes like 20 years. I would like to see more kind of direct consequence of what I'm doing. So in my PhD, I'm learning a lot of technique, cancer diagnostic, screening for like I don't know, malaria, vaccination. And there are a lot of like places in the world which is really difficult to reach. I would like to go and teach like those people how to do these things which are really basic, but they can like save a lot of life. Well, my academic idol, the new head of Cancer Research UK, he is awesome. When he does speaks, is really amazing, and he's really young. Every time he speaks, you're like, oh yes, come on, let's fight cancer. He gives you so much energy that I think this is what we need now. His name is, I can't remember. Can we Google it?
Yeah, you have to.
It's so good, this beer.
good.
My favorite things about Cambridge is like this college, but my least favorite things about Cambridge sometimes is this college. Cambridge, unfortunately, is like a bubble. When I go, I don't know, home or when I go to London, I realize that it's not the real life here. At the same time, if you, like, for instance, for me, I came here completely alone and now, like, I have a family here. I think the people I met in this college was the best things of Cambridge. Yeah. Not all of the people, some people. But yeah, I think undergrads should hang out with PhDs. Not too small, not too young undergrad. Like 21, from 22, let's say. Happy. Oh. So the microRNA, you have to think, is like kind of like a policeman who can stop the car to drive. So what the microRNA does, stop the gene to express.